Hello everyone, this is Asnointia here. Welcome to Asnointia Audio. So today I'm going to be talking about a few things, and I'll be starting off with the feelings and the chemistry that we all feel when we have somebody that we've met that we feel we might have a spiritual connection with. This would be what we would call a twin flame. This could be a karmic partner even, or even a soulmate. So why so much chemistry, especially when we're intimate? So starting off right at the beginning, as I've mentioned in a few of my other audios, there are people that meet each other. They look at each other and they recognize each other. They feel like they've recognized each other, but that's a 3D. What actually is recognizing the other person is the soul. The one soul is recognizing the other soul. And so there is this recognition of not the three-dimensional body, but there is a recognition of energy. So the soul is recognizing the other soul, and there's a signature in this energy. There's an essence that exists. Sometimes we see somebody and it feels like we've seen them before. We feel familiar. Not only that, but I've had clients that have said that they've literally spoken to somebody just on the first date, and they know that this is the one. They want to hold her hand. They want to talk about so much in their life. The question usually is like, where have you been my whole life? And there's a time for everything, and everything takes time. However, usually when we have a situation with somebody who is from our past life, this would be a twin flame, a soulmate, or a karmic partner. There's other spiritual connections as well. But usually they come into our life, or we are somehow put into their life for a reason, usually to teach them a lesson, or to teach us a lesson, to make us stronger, to make us wiser. Now, so many people have said that, they have this intense connection, this chemistry. You just look at the person and you feel funny on the inside. The feeling of arousal is ridiculously off the charts. It's just insane. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But why is this? When two people who have found each other, who believe that there's, this special bond, this special connection, why is it that they feel the way that they do? It's because, and you will have to imagine this, when two people are together, whether this is a man and woman, woman and woman, man or man, doesn't matter. Two human beings coming together, sitting together, making love to each other. At one point, the crown chakra, all the way down to the root chakra, they merge. So when they actually say two become one, we as humans think about this as our body parts becoming one and making us into one person. That's not it. Two becoming one is literally, imagine your energy centers, your chakra centers, not as just a flat circle, but think of it as a sphere, as an actual round orb, like a bubble. And when two people come together, those bubbles merge into each other. Now each bubble, from the crown chakra all the way down to the root, we also have other chakras, but I'm just focusing on the main 7. Each chakra that merges has its own frequency, has its own motion, and it's all energy. Now, when two people come together, what happens when one person's energy mixes in with the other person's energy? It's literally double the energy, isn't it? It is hyper. It is ecstatic. The feeling is extremely intense, extremely emotional. The orgasms are intense. The stomach feels funny. The heart feels funny. The mind feels like it's about to explode. You guys tell me. There's all these situations that my clients and my darlings have been in, and my God, it's ridiculous. It's difficult to be a human and to experience something like this, and it can be at any age. The strangest thing is that it happens to us when we're least expecting it, and it happens to us with a person that we most likely would not have even thought of being with. The person's like slightly different from us. Of course, this could be your twin flame. This could be a soulmate. This could even be a karmic partner. But the merging of two human beings are also pushing together the souls. And those bubbles, the chakra bubbles, I can call them chakra bubbles, they come together. They become one. And so the speed and intensity of each one increases. This is why when we're with somebody intimately in this manner, we feel just completely out of this world. It's a whole different level. This is nothing like tantric sex. This is nothing to do with yoga / sex. It's nothing to do with that. The science behind it, the metaphysical science, does come from that. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm basically just talking about plain and simple, two people coming together and merging the energies. And hence the energies come together like two atoms colliding, right? Or an electron. There's a reaction. There's a reaction. And there's a spark. And that spark is something that some people out there in the world, when they have this intimate connection with this person, they feel like it's electric. Some people have told me they feel an electric jolt. I have felt in my heart chakra, just talking to my twin flame, every single time. In the beginning when I had met him, my heart chakra was the strangest thing. It literally felt like an electric bolt. I just could not understand. I hadn't even started Asnointia at this point. I was just trying to discover who I am, and I was doing other things. My profession is completely different from what I do here. But I was just trying to discover myself as somebody that can work a normal 9-to-5 job. And I still do. I still do that. But when I met this individual, my goodness, it was nothing like I had ever experienced before. And I know many of you have had the same experience. You have felt like either you've known this person before, or you can feel their energy. Sometimes you can sense them around you. And even in your dreams. Yes, they can visit you in your dreams. At some point, the souls are able to meet. We are connected through the center of our forehead all the way to the inside. There's like this invisible silver cord that exists that is like our leash. Yeah, it's literally like a leash. But the soul is hanging on to us. The soul is much higher, much more important than our physical body. But you have to treat your body like the temple, just like Christ said. Temple meaning keep it clean, don't have any negative energies around you, life will be perfect. If you have negative energies, it really screws things up. But when we feel this, all of our energy centers start to spin a bit faster. And when a person, and I'm going to get into the darker side because I'm getting messages right now intuitively that I need to talk about the opposite side of this too. I've had many clients of mine that have been devastated, heartbroken, myself included. I myself went through this. When things go downhill with your twin flame, your karmic partner, or your soulmate, the feeling is, it really hurts. It hurts so much that it's hard for the heart to bear. There's actual pain. There's physical pain there. And the feeling that we have, why it's hurting, is because, remember, before your chakras were in sync and they were all happy, they were together, they were merging, going clockwise together. However, now that that energy has been pulled away, that momentum is starting to lose, right? You've lost that momentum. There's only so much inertia left there. Who's going to be twirling your chakras going forward? How do you get them back on track? At that point, I get a lot of people that approach me regarding the chakra checkup, which I do. And I definitely, I look into your chakras, I look into negative energy, and I tell you what you have, how many you have, and how to fix everything. However, one of the reasons why so many people say that I have been feeling a lack of energy and negativeness after my breakup with this person. There's so many people that have said that to me. And after meditating, I discovered, and even now I'm intuitively getting these messages, that it is because of that imbalance in the chakra centers that occurred. Because once upon a time, everything was fine and rhythmic. There was good harmony when the both of you were together, when the both of you were starting off. The rhythm was in sync. You were in sync with this person, right? But then when this person pulls away, or maybe you pulled away, what happens is both of you start to feel this. That adrenaline that used to be there, that rush, that electric bolt that used to be there, every part of that energy starts to lose its balance. It starts to lose its speed. It slows down over time. All that energy starts to just disperse, and there's just hardly anything left. And the problem is, it's during these times when we attract a lot of negative energy. The chakra centers become very vulnerable. And that is a video for another time. But I will be creating a video on negative energy as well. This is something that I wanted to mention to you guys. So I know that a lot of you have been through so much, and it's, you're not alone. It's impossible to pull yourself away from this person and do what people call a cord cutting. A cord cutting, energetically speaking, is impossible. Why is that? Because your mind and your soul has to be ready when you're going to cut a cord. Physically speaking, if you both used to be living in the same neighborhood and you decide to move far, far away, you have cut a cord in the physical 3D realm. However, can you cut a cord energetically? What if you have dreams about this person? Why are you still dreaming about this person? Of course, this is all metaphysics, right? This is not actual, like, legit science that we have. But just recently, it was just before this audio recording, I did have a vision, and I'm going to share this with you guys. I hope this actually helps. And it was oil and water. It was the strangest kind of vision. So picture yourself as bubbles, 2 oil bubbles. Blue oil. And the water around you is yellow, for example. So you are 2 blue bubbles, and around you there is water. You guys float around in fluidic space, and there is energy that still connects the both of you no matter where you go in this, let's call it a tank. In this tank, you are stuck in this tank. This is the world, this is the universe. The fluid around you is something that keeps you safe. And sometimes you go at a distance. Sometimes you come back together. And what happens when 2 blobs of oil come together? There's one giant blob, right? There's just one big bubble. So when you're together again, that's fine. Again, you can separate. However, can you actually cut yourselves and keep yourselves away from the environment that is the water? According to my vision, it is not possible. Cutting a cord energetically is like trying to cut and take your scissors and trying to go in front of maybe a Wi-Fi connection, trying to cut just the air. You're just cutting the air, sound waves, radio waves, frequencies. How can you cut that with a scissor? That is how we are connected. The only way people can actually move on is by learning from our mistakes, learning what we had, what we gained, remembering the good times. That is truly what we need to keep with ourselves, because when Archangel Raguel helps in planning, and he does this, I compare this, I know it sounds weird, but I compare this to an application process where we ask him, in this lifetime, I want to be with this person, I want to go back and see this person. Can I have a future with this individual? He agrees to it and says yes, but there's an application process, quote unquote application. And yes, it goes up to the higher ranks. So that would be God, ultimately, the big boss. He says, yeah, sure, we can do this. You know, in the 1600s, this person went off to war and this person died. So let's get them back together again because their story was incomplete. There's so many stories that I have when I do past life readings. They're very, emotional, and some of them are just beautiful. But there's a variety of reasons why this person comes into your life in this lifetime. Sometimes, and I see, and I've done readings as to what were the last words of somebody in the past life. Sometimes they simply say, if I could only see her face one more time. And in this lifetime, you get literally a 4-hour hookup. Oh yeah, be careful what you wished for. You literally manifest what it is that you have tried, saying. That wish does come true. Some people say, if I could only see this person once. Again, if I could only be with this person one more time. Some people say, I want to be with this person again, get married and have children. And that has happened in this lifetime. The intention is what truly matters in the end. What we've experienced and what we've learned. And of course, this is not us, the 3D form, that actually wanted this. We have mostly nothing to do with this. All we do are transfer and try to interpret the feelings that the soul feels. Because as I mentioned before in the past life and spiritual connections audio video on YouTube, and the other one that's called What and Who is a Twin Flame, as well as the soulmate one, there is this connection between all of us. And it's hard to think in any other way. We can feel this person's energy. It's difficult to let go. But we come here for a reason, and we are here for a purpose. The soul knows what it wants before it comes to planet Earth. It is the being that has the knowledge of what is going to happen in the future. However, the body has to experience it. In addition to the body, we have more of a temporary friend, which is our spirit as well. The spirit is generated from the body, the character of the body. So not only do we have a soul, but we also have the spirit in this lifetime. The spirit of this particular body has experienced this. That is a totally different story as well. That's a different topic. I will get into that as well one day. But that's what I wanted to mention. A few of these things. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity on your respective situations that you have felt and that you've gone through. I hope my bubble analogy and my oil and water analogy have kind of helped. I do get really, I would say, simple kind of visions, and I've asked Jehovah. He speaks to me when he needs to. He speaks to me more than Jesus does, actually. Jesus does speak to me as well, but I've noticed that Jehovah speaks more to me. So what's interesting is that whenever he gives me examples, he makes them extremely simple, so that every common person can just get it right in the first shot instead of the situation or the analogy being complicated. So a lot of people on my other channel have mentioned that my examples are like that, but it's because I see the visions and I express what it is that I see so that I can just tell you guys. So I hope I was able to provide you guys with some clarity. Let me know in the comments below, and thank you once again for tuning in and for all of your support. Take care. Bye now.